Hello, welcome to OJ Studios. Please enjoy this short story. And as always, please like and subscribe for more.
Hannah slowly walked up to the attic where she knew that she could be alone. She had to hurry. Tonight is the first game of the season for her high school, and she wanted to be ready. She felt funny walking through the dirty room while she was wearing her high school's orange and black cheerleading uniform and having her makeup perfectly applied. She wondered out loud what her mother would say if she knew that she was wearing her uniform in this dusty room. All her life she knew that she was a tomboy, even though her mother insisted on her living her life out as a girly girl. Her father was her relief. He taught her how to play football and took her to go on fishing and camping trips. She felt better when she was with him, especially since she was out of the eyes of her mother, who constantly wanted her to wear pink and designer labels everywhere she went. Unfortunately, her dad passed away when his car lost control on dark snowy night right before Christmas. Hannah was 11 years old at the time, and it left her and her mother alone together. Her mother decided to no longer allow Hannah to go to her father's favorite fishing spot and instead increased her overbearing girly tone onto a tomboy Hannah. When Hannah got into middle school, her mother signed her up for cheerleading, even though Hannah strictly said that she didn't want to. Even though Hannah promised her mother that she would cooperate more with her mother's plans, Hannah would spend the next 2 years stuck having to stand on the sidelines watching football games while being a cheerleader of the Owensboro Tigers. At first it wasn't too bad. Hannah at least got to see the football games. But then as the season went on, her longing for wanting to be on the field playing instead of wearing a mini skirt on the sidelines deepened. She tried to appeal to the school district and to the conference to let her play football, but both were not willing to let a girl play with the boys. To Hannah, there was no way to be able to play, and it looked like she was going to have to spend her high school career as a cheerleader. The summer before Hannah's freshman year of high school, Hannah finally figured out a plan on how she could play football and give up cheerleading once and for all. However, it did mean that it would also mean that she would have to give up being female altogether, but the risk in Hannah's eyes was worth it. Hannah made sure she didn't make a sound, so she would wake her mother. As she walked, she quickly put her long brown hair into a ponytail and then placed the hated black and orange glittered bow on top, so she could complete her uniform. She quickly looked at herself in the full-sized mirror. She leaned up on a few boxes. After she made alterations to her outfit until she knew that her uniform was perfectly on her skinny girlish frame, Hannah knelt in front of her makeshift altar that she had been making for the last few weeks. She had almost everything that she needed to complete the spell and finally become a football player. She got a small hand mirror from the back and leaned in it on a box while she studied herself. She didn't know if this was going to be the last time she would be able to look at herself as a girl or not. Hannah didn't want to become a guy, but she had already protested the no girls in football rule with the school board and to the conference with very little results. This caused her to look for other solutions. She had found one in an old bookstore. She had the book that she had bought laying open in the middle of the altar. She had read it several times and she made sure she did everything the book told her to do. On the left side of the book was a picture of Hannah dressed in her cheerleading uniform, and on the other side was a school picture of one of the senior Tiger football players who Hannah had known for many years. She took the hair from the same football player. She had gotten it the other day by briefly flirting with him and added the hair to the altar as she spoke softly to herself. Hannah picked up the book and sat down with her legs tucked under her. She was going to miss being a girl, but she was going to love being able to play football better and being one of the guys better. As she spoke the words in the book, she could feel something happen within her. She looked down and smiled as she watched the powers of the book work. She quickly stole a glance at the mirror and smiled briefly as she said goodbye to her old life.
Alex stood in the middle of the football field waiting for his best friend to throw the football to him. He was on the 50-yard line while Jared stood on the goal line. Jared launched the ball and Alex instantly leapt into action and grabbed the ball with ease. But as soon as he grabbed the ball, he felt strange. He hit the ground hard and closed his eyes. His thoughts stopped for a moment as he felt a weird pain in his whole body. He opened his eyes and gasped at what he saw. The reflection in a small hand mirror wasn't his.